Okay, folks, it's great to be here. Speaking to you from Boston area. This is little brother Richard, Bob's brother, and since I couldn't make it out to see you in person, I figured it might be fun to do some songs together as my contribution to the hoopla and fun that you're all having. So I have a few songs in mind to do, and if you know the song, you're really welcome to join in, and if you don't, just enjoy the stories. The first one is a song that was sung way back when we were kids. The Kingston Trio sang the song, Charlie on the MTA, and I bet you know the chorus anyhow. And I think I got the whole thing down. So that's one, Charlie on the MTA, just a fun folk song. Another song is one that I learned from Pete Seeger many years ago and has been sung. It's about bringing the various peoples and cultures together around the world. If we could consider each other is the name of it. And then finally, a song that is a peace song and very much in keeping with the struggles and problems that we're all having these days. That one is called The Strangest Dream. So there you go. And Charlie on the MTA has a really infectious kind of chorus. Let me tell you the story of a man named Charlie on a tragic, fateful day. He put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and family, went to ride on the MTA. Here's your part. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unlearned. Poor old Charlie, he may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Charlie handed him his dime at the Kendall Square station, where he changed for Jamaica plane. When he got there, conductor said, "One more nickel." Charlie couldn't get off of that train. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Now all night long Charlie rides through the station crying, "What will become of me? Well, how can I visit my sister in Chelsea or my cousin in Roxbury?" Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Now all night long Charlie rides through the station crying, "What will become of me? How can I visit my sister in Chelsea or my cousin in Roxbury?" Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Now all night long Charlie rides through the station crying, "What will become of me? How can I see my sister in Chelsea or my cousin in Roxbury?" Charlie's wife goes down to the station every day at 2:15, and through an open window she hands Charlie a sandwich as the train goes rumbling through. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever 'neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Now you citizens of Boston, don't you think it a scandal how the people have to pay and pay Fight the fare increased for George O'Brien and get Charlie off the MTA. One more verse. Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Charlie on the MTA. Okay, folks, I got another song in my repertoire for you. This song was written by, I'm quite sure, by Pete Seeger many, many years ago. And I have a little story that goes with it. It's a short little tale that connects with my brother Bob. My brother was a student at Brandeis back in the late 50s, 60s. And one day he came home to visit the family and he said, Richard, he said, I've got a concert for you to go to. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but I know you ought to be there and you're going to love it. So it was a free concert and I figured, why not? So we went to the concert. And when I got there in the beautiful auditorium, the concert, I learned, was just one person in the middle of an empty stage. And it was a person who became very, very famous with folk music, in the world of folk music. And it was Pete Seeger. And there he was with his banjo and a flute in his back pocket and his work shirt, and Pete in his charming best self. So I listened to the concert and I absolutely adored every moment of it. And it inspired me, introduced me, and then inspired me to take that path as a hobby and learn to sing a lot of his songs. And it's been an enrichment in my life as far back as I could remember. So I want to sing you a song, one of many that he wrote for little kids, that's fortunately or unfortunately particularly apt at the moment, because it's about bringing different cultures together from around the world. And this is how it goes. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother or sister, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. Could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. Each little kid could have fresh milk each day. Each working man had enough time to play. Each homeless soul had a nice place to stay. Could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, or sister, it could be wonderful, wonderful world. Could be a wonderful world. And that is, I think, a very special representation of Pete and all that he stood for. And we all miss him. He passed away a few years ago, and we really miss him. And I do, particularly because I loved his music. So that's second tune. Okay, folks, here's the third and final song that I'd love to share with you. And it's called The Strangest Dream. Something we all hope will come true someday soon. And feel free to join in if you know it already, or if you pick it up and want to just be a part of it. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room, and the room was filled with men and women, and the paper they were signing said, "We'll never fight again." And when that paper was all signed and a million copies made, below were dancing round and round, while swords and guns and uniforms were scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever had before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. May it happen and may it come true. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful celebration party for Bob's 90th birthday.